Hey everybody, welcome back. Today is July 4th, 2026, so happy 4th of July. Yesterday was my birthday and my lovely supportive wife got me this cool t-shirt. It was very sweet. Today is going to be part two of replacing the headliners. So I pulled them out in the first part, and today we're going to put in the new ones. So here we go. I got this 2-inch VHB tape that I used for replacing these side view mirrors. I've got some left over of that, so I'm just going to run a strip here and slap them up against the roof here. This is just really old duct tape. That's really brittle, so I'm going to replace that as well. I've got some Gorilla tape. Oh yeah, that's nasty. Okay, that's just coming apart. Okay, so I'm going to stick this up to here and retape the sides just to kind of get it back to the way it looked before. Do that next. It's a tight squeeze. Okay, but that way I can at least get two hands back here. There's one side, two side. Let's just try and kind of get this. Wear goggles, people. Goggles and masks. Doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to work. Yeah, I don't know if I need to do duct tape as well. This stuff will hold. Okay. Stuff sticks to anything. All right, good as new there. Do the other side if I can get out. Okay, that looks good. That should stay. That should be a nice solid fixture of that. Okay, let's clean up and move on with trying to get the rear headliner in. Okay, here's the new headliner. It's fiberglass. They cut these out of the templates of the original one, so it should be an exact fit. And these are repurposed old stock brackets. All right. So you can see that there's extra material that we're going to use to wrap up over the door sills. Okay, so this is supposed to kind of just slide in between here and the bulkhead by following the form, the curve of the roof. So let's see if I can get this started. Okay. I'll go in that way. These rollers out of the way. Just try to see if I can do the hook first. Okay, there's the hook. So if I can kind of just push this up against here, maybe. get that through. Okay, that's not gonna work. Okay, so I gotta do the side first. Put the side in as far as I can, and then hopefully get that other side. There we go. So now that's snapped in, and then get these wires out of the way and hit the bracket, and then slide back. There we go. Okay, there we go. The instructions said once you hear a satisfying clunk, and that was what that was. So that is all the way in and flush. That wasn't bad at all. So now these screw holes should just kind of pull the headliner into the bulkhead. I'm going to let them just kind of feed themselves and snug them down. I'm not going to push tight and let it just kind of sit snugly until it stops. Oh, nice. Perfect. Okay, let's do the other side. I'm not going to go too tight. Just snugging it up. That looks good. It's solid. Screws in there good. Creases out. It's up against the clip. Nice. Okay. Next, we're going to move on to the front liner. The original headliner came with this metal bracket, I'm assuming just because the cardboard is not sturdy enough to hold this in. So this was kind of glued to here. I don't know if I'm going to need to reuse this or not, so I'm going to test fit this first and see if it fits without it before I install the headliner. Nope, I didn't need it. I was just being too gentle with it. So once I kind of gave it another quick tug, you see here, this prong that kind of sticks out did snap over the top, and now it's in there really firm. So I didn't need this. Just needed to push a little harder. I'm always worried about breaking stuff, so I kind of tend to be a little bit too gentle with it. Make sure my hands are clean. Grabbing the headliner by the back side, the lamp and the bracket, so that I don't touch any of the upholstery. Let's see how I'm going to get in here without bumping anything. I'm just going to sit down on the floorboard. Okay, that's not too bad. All right, so we're going to replace these wires here. And it was purple on the left, purple and white on the front right, and black on the right back. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and test that. Put the door open, turn the battery on, and yep, we have light. Okay. All right, so this should, I just want to make sure that we hold the wires up there. And we're going to go this direction and try to hook it into the bracket. Lean back here so I can see it. Okay, so that's in the bracket. And then these should just kind of end up into the holes. I'm going to adjust this, make sure that these creases are out of the way. Might want to cut that a little bit and spread it out underneath here. But first, we're going to poke a hole where these, there's pre-drilled spots in the fiberglass form. I just need to find them and then push it with a screwdriver or an awl or something. Okay, I took my gloves off and washed my hands again so that I can feel for those holes a little bit better. A really small screwdriver. It's also 100 degrees today and very humid, so I'm sweating like crazy already. I don't want to get any on the headliner. I can find where these holes are. There's one. There's the other one. Okay. And I think I'm going to go ahead and test this with just the screw first. Make sure that these are going to seat. Okay, so the way I was able to get this on was to go ahead and line up the screw holes, and I went ahead and put all 4 screws in just loosely so that I knew that it was in the right position. And then I took one screw out and put the sun visor on, took the other screw out, put the other sun visor hole on, and then repeated with the other side. So that way I ensured that it wasn't going to move around, and it was easier to find the holes, because you do kind of have to push upward and back to kind of get them to line up with the plates underneath the captive screws. So yeah, it wasn't too terrible, and it is now officially installed. Okay, so I made a little cardboard backing plate that fits the lip of the door, and used some of the leftover wrapping from the headliners. It's kind of a drop cloth to prevent overspray, and I'm going to go ahead and trim this. I just needed a little bit longer than up here, so I'm going to go about halfway in just to make sure that I don't cut it too short. Erring on the side of caution here. It's okay if it's too long, because you can always trim it. If it's too short, you're kind of screwed. You don't want to have any of this showing through. So even that, I might have got a little bit too short, but nope, that's good. So per the instructions, I'm using this high strength 3M90 spray adhesive. The instructions say to let it sit for at least 2 minutes. Some people recommend 5, so I'm going to go ahead and do 2 to 5 minutes to let it sit before trying to clamp it. I'm going to go ahead and get some clamps ready. Okay, we'll let that dry for about 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. The instructions say to touch it with your knuckle, and if it's tacky, or it's not really that tacky, It's not supposed to stick to your finger. I'm gonna call that. I'm gonna go ahead and start doing that. So, all right, what we're gonna do is peel this off, and I'm going to work my way around, doing the rear first. We're gonna lift up and pull and wrap and clamp. And lift up and pull and clamp. Another one on this corner. Lift up, pull. This is the part I got it just a tiny bit too short, but it's still tall enough to go over the edge. So we're gonna go extra tight there. Well, good news is that does appear to be sticking really well, so you definitely want to make sure that you pull on it tightly before you make contact, because once you make contact, it's on there. Okay, now we're gonna let that dry for a little bit. Okay, one side down. Let's go ahead and do the door while we're at it. There we go. Rinse and repeat on the other side and we're done. And we are done. Brand new headliners. All right, that's going to do it for today. Thanks for sticking it out with me, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.